Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa will bestow the national orders to South Africans and eminent foreign nationals as an investiture ceremony being held tomorrow. The national orders are awarded to persons who have contributed towards the advancement of democracy and made a significant impact on improving the lives of South Africans. The Order of Mendi for bravery, the Order of Ikhamanga, the Order of the Baobab and the Order of Luthuli, as well as the Order of Mapungubwe and the Order of the Companions of O.R. Tambo, also recognize the contributions made by individuals towards building a non-racial, non-sexist, democratic and prosperous South Africa as envisioned in our Constitution. This year's recipients include Banyana Banyana coach Desiree Ellis, US musician Tracy Chapman and Dr. Jiyana Mbere. This morning, we are joined by one of the recipients, Mfundi Vundla, who will be awarded with the Order of Ikhamanga in silver for his sterling work in the television and film industry in South Africa. What an honor. So lovely to have you on the program. Congratulations, Mfundi, and welcome.
Thank you very much, Jiyana.
It must be such a great feeling for you to know that, you know, you hold such, and we've always known it, but always to get a recognition like this must be, it's so incredible for you to be receiving. How are you feeling ahead of tomorrow?
No, I'm feeling great. You know, I'm so happy, and every artist, deep down they feel they enjoy being vindicated either by their peers or their country, and I'm just over the moon, really.
I'm sure you are, and so you should be. So, you know, most of us know you as Mr. Generations. That pretty much so is, in a nutshell, what we know you for, the incredible series of Generations, Backstage, and many more to add to that. But besides this, you, in your early years, were also involved in the fight against the apartheid government. I mean, you became an activist, you went into exile in the United States. Obviously, very similar stories to many that were in the same position as you, not knowing if you'll ever return to South Africa. What was that like for you?
No, that was, like those in my generation. I was part of the struggle to liberate this country, and my activism really started in my student days, and just before studying at Porter, but continued and matured at Porter, and I was in a group of 21 students who were expelled because of our political activity centering around education in the first place, but generally the state of the nation at the time, which was that our people were subjected to fascist, racist regime and political order. Yeah. So I was active like others. Steve, who was in my generation, Jiyana and others, and we were playing our part, and doing what was expected of us, and
Indeed, and came back to South Africa after all of this. And in 1993, this was a massive moment. You created Generations. And, you know, this was after you came back from the United States and you introduced the local world to the world of soap operas. I mean, it was so important because we were inundated with these American soap operas. And I remember, I used to study drama at the time, and I remember one of my fellow drama friends came and said, you know, imagine one day if we could ever have our own soap opera. We have to live the lives through American soap operas, and boom, up pops you, bringing this to us. Talk to us about how important this was and revolutionary in a way at the time.
Leanne, the thing is, when I came back home, okay, I was a writer, but never in my mind did I ever think that I would ever write a soap, right? I was more like into hard dramas, like crime drama and that sort of genre and stuff. And then I walked into the SABC, and I'm told that I have to pitch for a soap, and then And at that time, I was hanging out with my brothers, with my brother Peter and his colleagues who were starting the only the black advertising agency at the time. And then, I hung around with them, in their pitches and that sort of thing. And when I was asked to pitch for the soap, I said, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the world of advertising. And I didn't know much about soaps, as I said. And my wife was still in Los Angeles at the time. She shipped some books to me about soaps, and I read those books from cover to cover. I was at home watching soaps 24/7. And when I pitched for Generations, I was ready. I knew the structure, how characters were created, the story arcs, and all that. And, the rest is history.
Indeed, the rest is history. The longest running TV soap opera that featured names. I mean, I was just looking at some of those local stars who are still with us and who are still doing incredible things. And, that was their stomping ground. That's where, it all began for them. And I mean, Generations, even international artists or celebrities were in it. Samuel L. Jackson, Chris Brown. What is it about it? Yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, what happened was, I was in a movie with Mfundi on Country of My Skull, right? Which was shot here. And it starred Samuel L. Jackson and Juliette Binoche. I was executive producer on that movie. And then, but me and my wife had been friends with Sam while we were in exile in America, because my wife was in the theater, so was I. So, when he came through to do another movie here in South Africa, he came to visit the Generations set. And my partner at the time, Frederick Stark, just had the writers write a scene there. And I just handed the page over to Sam. I said, you are in the scene. And he read it and, memorized the lines. And he was in the scene with Winnie Chava. And then bang, that was it.
Isn't that fantastic? I love that story. I've got such a short time with you, and I know there's so much to talk about. I mean, we could dedicate 4 hours to just talking about Generations, but I want to get a little bit personal with you, because this is, I cannot imagine what you're feeling ahead of receiving this honor tomorrow, because I read an article that you penned about your struggle with cancer and how difficult it was for you. And to be sitting on the eve of receiving this award, where there are people that have done incredible things for the country and for the arts and for whatever it may be, receiving this honor. A lot of them are not there in the flesh ever to receive it. They receive it after they've passed. However, you beat cancer. You beat the suffering of this, and you are here standing tall and strong to receive this in your hands. This must even be more special for you.
Yeah, indeed. Like I said, I knocked on death's door 3 times, and it was just, my belief, that death is to be fought. It is not just to be. One doesn't have to make peace with death. And when I was in the cancer ward, that was my sense of mission. That I was gonna defeat the monster. And, I was not going to go gently into that, that world of no return. Yeah. And, so, I'm so happy that I made it through, and my mental strength and support from my family and friends, and here I am. Yeah,
here you are. And still lots in you, because I know that one of your big visions now is you've just received you've got the film rights to the movie of J.M. Coetzee's Boyhood. I imagine this is the big project that's going to be coming, hopefully next year.
This is a big project, and we're currently working with J.M. Coetzee in getting the script right. I've got partners international partners, and I really look forward to this. This is a big one. Yeah. Nobel laureate and 2-time the only writer to win a Booker Prize twice. I lunched with him in Cape Town, and we are all excited to go.
So We also, as we wrap up this interview, I just want to leave viewers with a message, because we congratulate you, and it is absolutely amazing that you are receiving this honor, and we look forward to watching it being bestowed on you tomorrow. But of course, this is Freedom Day, and we've been asking our guests all about freedom and how they feel about it. All of these years, you fought for what we have today, and yet we still look around. And I mean, I know you were listening and watching some of the comments from viewers of how they're feeling on this day. What is your message on this Freedom Day to South Africans that find themselves in very desperate situations?
No, my message is a simple one, and it's mainly directed to the young people, that our country is being stolen from them, that young people must wake up, and wake up just like the children of 1976 who woke up to apartheid. Now it is the time of these young people who were freed by those young people of 1976, who freed all of us. They must stand up because the country is being stolen from them. And it is their duty, just like it was our duty back then in 1968 and even before, to stand up against oppression and for freedom for our people.
Mfundi, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. Congratulations. Mfundi Vundla, South Africa's TV and film legendary creator, who will be awarded the Order of Ikhamanga in silver for his sterling work in the television and film industry in South Africa.